lining up in the big one. And the runners are about to come in. Cracker and Elantris, Zipping Tatum, Costin, Manzanares, Berrydale Boy, 1+2, and on the outside, Vintage Power. The favourite is number 1, Cracker, into $3.80. Green light through for the big one. Set and ready. Racing, Cracker began. Paul, it's a mad charge early. Costin away well. Berrydale Boy showing speed, but Costin got the fly, went to the lead, railing through Vintage Power. Vintage Power's taken control over Costin. A gap to Cracker, followed up by Zipping Tatum. A long way back, 1+2. Berrydale Boy, Manzanares. Elantris back at the rear. Vintage Power's gone for home. Put up 5 on Costin. Cracker, then Zipping Tatum, but it's all Vintage Power. Vintage Power wins. Vintage Power by 4. Cracker possibly second ahead of Costin. They were followed in by Manzanares. A gap of the race to Zipping Tatum, 1+2. Then Elantris. Berrydale Boy found trouble early on. Wound up at the tail. A Bolter's won the big one. Number 8, Vintage Power. Got the fly at the first turn with Costin. That pair came across. There was dramas back on the inside and in the centre. All of a sudden, Vintage Power and Costin had a good lead into the back straight. Vintage Power railed underneath Costin, ran to the lead, and he has really came away for a big win at the end. He's run 29.80, 29.80 the time. Number 8, Vintage Power first. Number 1, Cracker's got up to run second, just ahead of 7, Costin. Fourth in number 2, Manzanares. 5 1/4 and nose. 5 1/4 by and nose were the margins. And 29.80. 5.42 the early section. Then 17.18. Home in 12.62. Vintage Power, a blue dog by Wes Pedro out of Vintage Blend. Bred in the purple. Owned and trained by Ken Chapello at Sylvania. Defeating Cracker, Cliff Bell. And third in going to Costin for Sean Evans. 29.80 the overall time. 8.17 and 2 official. And a roughie takes out